Welcome to the SHSAT Verbal Exam Introduction, where we'll go through reading, scrambled paragraphs, logical reasoning, how to do better, and... Wait, this is 2017. That's not correct. The exam has changed. There's no longer scrambled paragraphs or logical reasoning. I'm sure a lot of you students are breathing a big sigh of relief. Fortunately, those sections have been replaced. In that case, welcome to the new SHSATacademy ELA Exam Introduction, where ELA stands for English Language Arts. There is still the reading section, but there are two new sections as you see, the revise and edit sections, and they're broken out into a passage-related questions where you'll read a passage and then answer various questions about how to best revise or edit parts of that passage. That essentially follows the Common Core writing guidelines. Furthermore, there's also a revise edit section that are standalone questions, not passage-related, and those questions are more along the lines of various Common Core language or grammar questions. The good news is that the old scrambled paragraphs and logical reasoning were very labor-intensive sections. It took a lot of studying and effort and a lot of topics to cover to learn to do well in them. Fortunately, the revise edit sections, they do follow the Common Core, so students have probably, well, certainly seen it in their classes up to this point. And fortunately, the number of topics to cover for the exam is a great deal less than it was for scrambled paragraphs or logical reasoning. And we'll go through that in more detail as you get to those various lesson groups and look at the instructional video units for each of those particular sections. So with that, let's begin the new 2017 SHSAT ELA exam. It's useful to know the structure of the course so you can work through it as efficiently as possible. Each lesson group, that is, say, reading, for example, is broken into a lesson group introduction. In the introduction, you'll typically see a video with tips to learn how to do well in that section. A lot of background material, strategies to help you ace that particular section. Next, it's useful to progress into the individual lesson units. Here, you'll work on detailed skills within each section. So, for example, reading, you might actually go through practice examples of each different kind of reading passage you might confront. And then lastly, you can either advance to the next section to, say, revising and editing passage-related questions, or you could try practice exams, which is a useful way to measure your progress. So each lesson group is structured just like that. Begin with lesson group intro and video tips and strategies. Practice with individual lesson units, and then advance to the next or take practice exams. One good change for this year's exam is that substantially less time, assuming you're studying efficiently, is required to get ready for the ELA exam. In the past, you may know, entire books have been written focusing on scrambled paragraphs or logical reasoning sections by themselves. As it stands now, students have typically seen the content in the revision editing sections already. It shouldn't be as much of a surprise, and there's substantially less number of topics to cover. I strongly suggest you look at the lesson group intros for both revision editing sections, and with understanding of a few key topics for each, students can very quickly learn to master the majority of those revision editing sections a lot more quickly than they were able to master scrambled paragraphs or logical reasoning in the past. This should save you a great deal of time getting ready, and hopefully it's also going to help you score better. Good luck on acing your SHSAT. We're going to do everything we can to help you along the way.